And that's when they had a man, I can't remember his name right now, there was an 82-year-old guy that was running guns to the IRA.
Oh,
And got arrested.
what meeting was this?
Friendly Sons of St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, okay. Down in the city?
Yeah, yeah, there, big black guys there. So anyway, up on the dais
Yeah.
is a cardinal, because he got found not guilty.
Okay.
And as he was walking past in the parade, leading it,
Yeah.
the cardinal went inside.
He's on vacation. He's up in Lake George.
Corinne, how do you pronounce Jeremy's last name?
Plaza Korea. Plaza Korea. Plaza Korea.
Oh, he's running a little late. He'll be here though. He's really just needed for the executive session anyway, so.
Six.
Everyone's good.
I said I've got six.
We're gonna quit today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, good. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here Wednesday, August 20th for a 6 o'clock town board meeting. Clerk, could you please read the roll call?
Councilman Migan?
Here.
Councilwoman Snow? Here. Councilwoman Pitt?
Here.
Councilman McCarthy?
Here.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Here. Please stand and follow us on the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. All right, first item on the agenda tonight will be acknowledgement of minutes for the July 9th, 2025 meeting. I'll make a motion for that. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Perfect. And the next item tonight will be an Eagle Scout presentation by Jeremy Kazkria. Come on up.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Jeremy Kazakria, and I'm a Life Scout in Troop 3034 here in Pauling, and I'm here to present my proposed Eagle Scout project. The project will take place in Lakeside Park at the entrance and will involve a building of a wooden pole with directional arrows, as well as planting shrubbery and flowers around it to enhance the park's appearance while providing much-needed navigation for park goers. The directional pole will help park visitors easily find key locations and add a unique landmark to the park. The surrounding shrubs and flowers will create a welcoming entrance, encouraging more people to enjoy the park. This project combines function and beautification, aligning with the town's efforts to maintain and improve public spaces. The park is a major hotspot for the town, and working there throughout the summer has shown me that not only is it is a heavily used by the camp and campers' parents who need to navigate, but also by the public. I have gotten multiple questions from public park goers for directions to different places around the park. The pool will be constructed from cedar wood for durability and maintaining condition. The arrows will be hand-painted and weather-sealed. Around the base, I'll plant low-maintenance shrubs and perennial flowers to provide year-round appealment within mulch. I'll be working with a team of scouts and adult volunteers to complete the installation in 1 to 2 days, but I will create the post itself on my own time with peers. I prepared a detailed budget and tool list, and all funding will be covered through donations and/or fundraising. I'm asking the board for approval to move forward with this project in Lakeside Park. I have been in contact with Mr. Weber and Robin from Pauling Rec. They both liked my idea and thought it would be a great help to Pauling Lakeside. I have a few questions about my project regarding possible approval, so if you could please let me know when to ask those, that would be great. Thank you for considering it, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. So the picture that you have submitted here, that's what the sign is going to look like?
Yeah.
The rendering is what you're going for?
Yes.
And Wendell had no issues, or Robin, with the placement of it, or where it was going to be?
So there's 2 posts there at the entrance, if you see on the map. And Mr. Weber said that he could remove those. I'm not sure if I need more approval on that to get those taken out, but he said that it's more of an upgrade because those posts don't provide the necessary information.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a photo of it so everybody can see Jeremy's project. Pretty awesome idea for the park, right?
Great idea.
And when would this take place, Jeremy?
So I would need to get it approved within the BSA itself, and that would take multiple months. So I wouldn't be able to complete it, to work on it until next year.
Okay.
But I was just wondering, would I need a specific date on when I can work on it, or?
So you'd be able to coordinate that with Wendell Weber directly, the head of Buildings and Grounds. He would
Yes.
handle that. And then I don't know that this would need a permit for our signage, but you could also reach out to Everett White, our building inspector, just to make sure.
Okay.
Right, and if it does, and Everett could help you with that. I think as far as there's a resolution from the town board, I don't, if anyone has any questions about it, we can give them a resolution tonight.
Sure.
And give you the green light on our end. And then all you need to do is follow up with the building department, speak
Okay.
with the inspector, and then speak with Wendell as far as, timing of doing it and that kind of stuff to make sure, the permits are in line with him. And he'll work with Everett directly with you on that
Okay.
also.
Okay.
I just have one question for you, Jeremy. How do you
Yes.
go about earning the funds for your project?
So in town, I think I would request a local business if I could ask for donations outside or a GoFundMe online.
Okay. And when you do that, just let us know. If you decide to go with a GoFundMe, just let us know what
Okay.
your user, whatever we need to be able to look that up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll just we'll do a quick resolution for you, Jeremy, to make sure that you're good to go on our end, and then you can coordinate with the building department, right, with
Okay.
Everett or Kenny down there, okay? And Wendell, and they'll handle it from here on out with you, getting done. So I'll just make a
Seems like a great project.
Yeah, it does seem fantastic. Every year or so, we have some of these Eagle Scouts coming through with, it's always, what's nice is you always pick projects in the park, so
Yeah.
we love the park.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I'll make a motion to approve the Eagle Scout project as presented tonight, to reflect the sign that's submitted tonight to all the town board members, pending approvals from the building department and the head of Buildings and Grounds. Can I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Any other comments from board members?
Just thank you for that. I think it's a really going to be a really nice addition to the park. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
All in favor? Jeremy. All right, next item on the agenda will be privilege to the floor with respect to agenda items only. Anyone with a comment regarding the agenda? And before we go into that, I also want to know we have a big audience tonight. So on the front page of your agenda, there is a rules for public comment that we do want everyone to make sure they open the agenda and look at the first page. We've had these for a few years now, and we hope that everyone respects them. Each presentation to the board made by an individual shall be limited to 3 minutes in duration unless extended by agreement by the town supervisor. Comments should be directed to the board. Comments should be made with respectful manner to the board and from the board to the community. Interrupt, warn, or terminate an individual's comments when the comments is personally directed, abusive, or obscene. Request that any individual leave the meeting when the individual fails to observe reasonable decorum, or call for a recess or adjournment if there's any issues as well. All right? So just normal meeting rules. Allow members of the public a fair and adequate opportunity to be heard. Assure that a regular agenda of the town board is completed, and recognize the nature of the board and community's time and use that time effectively. So, seeing so.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay. But the rain is greatly appreciated by us in Whaley Lake. I came to talk this evening about agenda items.
You just name and address for the record.
My name is Harvey Matkovsky. I'm a resident of Holmes, New York. Thank you. Sorry for the omission. I came to talk about budget items. I'm looking at FEMA money that's due to the town. Number one, I fail to see an item for the bridge on Lakeside Road. Is that it might have been an omission, but I see all these other addresses and none of them fit my understanding of that. Does the board have any understanding of what's going on with the FEMA request for the that bridge?
Sure.
Making a point that I assume the great majority of us here in town make use of that road, and one doesn't want to go through that narrow road with cars parked. It's not safe with all, and then turning on to it's just not safe. So what's the status of the bridge?
The bridge in front of Merle Park you're talking about, correct?
Yes.
Right, that's what we're talking about?
believe so.
So that's not in this round of FEMA funding. We have a meeting next week with them. This is work that's already approved and moving forward. Next week, we are meeting with Bob Brillo, Highway Superintendent, and FEMA people to talk about that bridge as well. But that's not in this round. So that'll hopefully be on in September, possibly October, depending on their timing with us. So, but they are scheduled to meet next week and speak about that project. But it's not in this round of funding that you see here tonight. That's why it's not on here.
Okay, so the bottom line is we're hopeful in the foreseeable future that we will get approval for the FEMA funds.
Certainly, absolutely.
And it's also hopeful that in lieu of what's currently going on in Washington, it won't be sequestered, because a lot of funds that were expected by various organizations, they find out that it's been sequestered. Number one, I'm glad to hear that it's being worked on. I'm also want to make notion of a 20% increase in attorney's fees. One doesn't have to guess where this increase in attorney fees are coming from. I don't know if the board wants to discuss it with it, but it's a 25% increase, and which is equivalent to 20% on attorney's fees. And that's substantial. That's $25,000 more that the lawsuits that have been brought against the town by various individuals are costing us taxpayers real money. Thank you.
Thank you, Harvey. Any other comments regarding the agenda items tonight?
Yes, Bob Hill, North Quaker Hill Road, okay?
How are you,
And
Mr. Hill?
fine, thank you. And this is a positive one. All right, I'm going to be very quick because we had a quick meeting before we had an agreement, all right? It's just so something doesn't slip by. There's a little something that needs to be added to these specs, and we discussed this. And I just don't want to accidentally go out. We're going to talk about it within a day or two. And it's for the good, so there's no claims from the contractor and so forth.
You're speaking about the Dewey Lane Bridge project, correct?
Yes, I am.
Resolution 106?
Yes. So that's all I had to say, because I don't,
Yeah.
this is a wonderful meeting tonight. I'm so happy about all the children here.
Well, I'm happy that you're excited about the attendance tonight. So Mr. Hill, just so I'll let the board know, and obviously the audience. So the Dewey Lane Bridge, we obtained funding in 2018 to replace that bridge, which has been closed for probably close to 10 years now. And it's been a very long process working with not only adjoining property owners, but the DOT, the utility companies, various environmental companies, right, organizations to replace that bridge. So we are finally at a point where it's approved, it's accepted by all the agencies above us, and we'll be voting on putting it out to bid tonight. But one other concern that you do have, and we spoke about earlier, is that with the new bridge coming in, even in the same location as the current one, they are looking to relocate a telephone pole for utility wires onto your side, the northeastern side of the bridge. You have a concern about there, it's duly noted. I am going to make a call to NICEAG tomorrow, and we're going to set up a meeting for you and I out there with the engineers to talk about that. I don't see that being an issue or holding up the project at all, but we will make that meeting for you, and we will have that conversation for you as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that. As I said, I wasn't going to bring it up because we did have that agreement. The other one, since we have brought it up, is simply that's a geologically very sensitive area. If you look at it, you'll see it. And what they're doing on the new way they're going to build that, they should not be doing vibratory heavy equipment, vibratory or driving equipment. It can be done softer. Otherwise, it could set off something that will cause a failure on the geology there. And it is a showpiece, for the whole town. So that we're going to add in.
If I could just clarify with you, I'm not quite sure of what agreement are you referring to? We're at the finish line with the Dewey Lane Bridge. It's been approved. It's going out for bid. So what agreement are we talking about?
Just like he just brought up, the pole is right in the middle of the entranceway.
But that's also involves NICEAG, right?
Yes.
So that's not something that we can say that we have an agreement on.
No, we're agreeing to bring NICEAG out there to meet with him and the engineers to talk about where they're proposing to put that pole, because there's already power there.
Yeah, they
Right,
actually put it there.
So the reality, there's already power existing. Now they're relocating a pole due to this bridge. So we're bringing them out there to see if they can shift that pole somewhere other than exactly where it is right now, which is the northeastern side of that bridge, which is on your property line, right, your property side.
Yeah, I'm on the northwest.
Between the bridge opening and North Quaker Hill Road.
Yeah.
So we will get them out there.
They put it right in the entrance, right in the middle of an entrance, all right? And the other thing we're talking about is because it was just a recent change, I just found out about it, from New York State to the designer to change the foundation. It involves taking rock out, and it just has to be done more delicately for the purpose of not setting off something with the rest of the geology over there. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's beautiful the way it is, yeah. And if they do some heavy, not heavy equipment, but heavy, either pounding with what they call a bull nose at the end of a backhoe. I don't know if you've ever seen those. Or anything like that causes vibration, some of that stuff will come down. And that's just a simple thing. I just didn't want it to slip out, the bid to go out. If you later put that in and the contractor's bid it, he'll say, oh, I intended to do it the other way, and I have a claim for a change order. So we're working together, and we've had a good cooperation so far.
Of course.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hill.
So that's going to go out to bid. We're gonna agree on that tonight.
Yeah.
And obviously, we don't know exactly how much it's going to cost.
No, not till the bid process is completed, sure.
Do we have finances to secure?
Yeah, we still have, I don't know the exact number. I know the original grant, I want to say, was around $760,000. I don't know what's been spent so far off the top of my head, but, putting out the bid, then we'll see what the actual construction costs are.
Thank
And
you.
then we'll see if that project, hopefully it's covered within the funds that we have in place from New York State, and then we'll be able to move forward.
James, is Kathy the one that puts the bid in?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, the clerk always does.
There's something between you and me.
Certainly not.
There should be something coming. I'll keep it up. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. Any other comments regarding the agenda this evening? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to the resolutions. Resolution 102, establishing a budget for the Lathrop CDBG grant, and I will make a motion for Resolution 102. Could I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion from the board? All in favor?
So this is again, no out-of-pocket money?
Well, see, yes, and then everything is reimbursed as it comes through.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye? Thank you. Oh, we can do a roll call vote if you like.
Sure.
Councilwoman Pitt?
Aye.
Councilman McCarthy?
Aye.
Councilwoman Snow?
Aye.
Councilman Migan?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt, aye. 102 passes. Resolution 103, authorizing the town court to purchase and utilize the services of language line services for interpreting purposes for courts. I'll make a motion for Resolution 103. Could I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion from the board?
So right now, we have an interpreter come to the court.
Yeah, whenever it is needed, the judges usually would handle this directly. I don't know, Corinne, if you know how often they bring them in.
Yeah, both. I
Yeah.
don't know how often, but
Yeah.
it's quite often.
Yeah, I've seen the bills are like
Yeah,
$200 maybe.
yeah.
So is this system, is a call-in system?
This is a call-in system. It's available 24/7. It's needed for after-hours arraignments, so on and so forth. And also, throughout, the entire working court process. It's utilized quite often throughout the court system.
Do you know if this would be instead of bringing in an interpreter?
No, this
Okay.
would be in addition to.
Okay.
I'll do a roll call vote. Councilwoman Pitt?
Aye.
Councilman McCarthy?
Aye.
Councilwoman Snow? Councilman Migan?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt? Aye. 103 passes. Resolution 104, establishing a budget for FEMA-funded work. I'll make a motion for Resolution 104, and I'll just say we're happy to see a lot of this FEMA money finally coming in. We've had a lot of meetings with our Highway Superintendent, Bob Brill, and myself, and our state representatives, our federal representatives. Everyone's worked really hard on this, and, we had a couple of storms 2 years in a row that really caused some serious damage in and around Pauling. But it's been a labor for sure to get all the paperwork done in the meetings, but to see these funds coming in, know that they're not coming out of our residents' pockets, and that FEMA is picking up a lot of these projects, it's fantastic. So it makes all the work definitely worthwhile. And we have another, like I said earlier, we have another FEMA meeting next week to discuss other projects, roadways and projects that were damaged in those storms. So I'll make a motion for 104. Could I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion from the board? Councilwoman Pitt?
Aye.
Councilman McCarthy?
Aye.
Councilwoman Snow?
Aye.
Councilman Migan?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt? Aye. 104 passes. Resolution 105, facilities use request. These are pretty standard. We see them all the time whenever people are renting different buildings or pavilions or parts of the property within Lakeside or Merle Parks or even at Holmes Way Lake Civic Center. So when they come through, it's always a board resolution that's needed to accept this facilities use request. I'll make a motion for 105. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Any discussion from the board? Councilwoman Pitt?
Aye.
Councilman McCarthy?
Aye.
Councilwoman Snow?
Aye.
Councilman Migan?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt, aye. 105 passes. Resolution 106. This one is, I'm happy to make a motion for 106, authorization of the town clerk to advertise for bids for Dewey Lane Bridge. Like I said, when I took office with Councilman McCarthy, we were the first two on this board. Everyone here has been new since then. This bridge was already closed for a few years, and we were able to maintain funding from Albany for this project, and it's been a long road getting through all the hoops that come with taking state funding to replace a bridge. And Dewey Lane Bridge also being named after a former governor and resident of Pauling, who was also a presidential candidate. It was really fantastic. So we do have $750,000 roughly from them to replace this bridge. So I'm really excited to see this project finally going to bid, and I hope that all these numbers come in within the funding that we have in place to replace it completely. Could I have a second for 106?
Second.
Any discussion from the board?
Yeah, I just have a quick question. With how the bid is gonna be advertised, how, Kathy?
It's in the Poughkeepsie Journal, but also in New York Contract Reporter, which is a bid site, and people can go and get the bid.
Thank you.
Great. Anything else from any board members?
No.
Glad it's done, getting
Yeah,
done.
this would be great to see it completed. Councilwoman Pitt,
Aye.
Councilman McCarthy,
Aye.
Councilwoman Snow,
Aye.
Councilman Migan,
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt, aye. 106 passes. 107, approval of a garage door purchase for a highway garage. An email came through from our highway superintendent today. He unfortunately is out of town today, but I did speak with him, and I know he was reaching out to some board members as well to make sure everyone saw this. He was getting bids for us on replacing these doors in the highway garage. They didn't get as many bids back as they had hoped. Other people who had bid in the past decided they weren't going to bid this year, but he did get 2 bids. And the lowest one has been consistently the lowest the last few years, so that's a good thing. So I don't know if anyone had any questions about that, but Bobby did already see this and gave it his stamp of approval as well. I'll make a motion for Resolution 107.
Second.
Further discussion? Councilwoman Pitt?
Aye.
Councilman McCarthy?
Aye.
Councilwoman Snow?
Aye.
Councilman Migan? Supervisor Schmidt, 107 passes. Resolution 108, authorizing attendance in the New York State Magistrates Association Conference. I'll make a motion for Resolution 108. Could I have a second?
Second?
Any discussion? Councilwoman Pitt?
Aye.
Councilman McCarthy?
Aye.
Councilwoman Snow?
Aye.
Councilman Migan?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt, aye. 108 passes. Resolution 109, authorizing the purchase of updated billing software for Water District Number 2. So we spoke about this in the past. I know Kathy and her office have looked into this, and we took the last month or so to look even further to see if there is any other options for us, because it's good to get as many bids and as many options as possible. We did reach out to the entire Dutchess County Supervisor and Mayor list to see how every other town and village is billing for their water and see if there's other options that are available. We only received one quote that came back, one estimate from one additional, other than what we're currently using. It came in earlier today, actually, so it really was at the end of it. In my opinion, there really isn't any substantial savings to change from what we currently have. I was hoping that there'd be another opportunity to see, savings for that district, or just a better, overall functioning and usability there. To get one bid back from Cedarwood, in my opinion, I think our best bet is just to stay where we are and authorize it tonight and move forward with it. Jim McCarthy, our deputy supervisor, did a lot of work on this and spoke to them, and we really pressed them to finally get that final number into us. Like I said, we had hoped that there would be more wiggle room there, but there just doesn't seem to be, especially for a district that size. It's very small. Larger districts tend to get a lot more attention. With a district so small of 58 users, there just doesn't seem to be any substantial savings, in my opinion, for changing what we already have there. But I will ask Jim to speak briefly on it as well. I know he's worked pretty hard on this as well.
Well, no, I mean, you asked me to make a phone call, and I did contact them, and they did send in the bid, and I do apologize. It was sent to me yesterday or early this morning, and I've been at the fair for the last few days. It was supposed to go to James and Stephanie. It came to me, so it is less expensive. The company, the software program that they recommended, and maybe Kathy, you know this, it's called Easy Bill 32, the software. It's $995, and it's a $150 monthly fee. So the initial for the first year would be $1,800 for the fees and roughly $1,000 to set it up. I don't know if you know that company or not.
I heard of it.
Okay. That was their recommendation.
So they'll migrate all of the information into the new system, everything that we're getting with this proposal? Yes, no?
That's what it says, installed. So, but, I mean,
Well, this is $7,000. It's been going on for 3 years. I have till Friday to have a signed contract to this vendor. So if someone could please approve Water District software, that would be great.
And Kathy, how long have we been with the current billing company for that district?
Since I computerized the system when I became town clerk, so
Yeah.
20 years.
Like I said, for your 58 or 59 users, I just think, the potential of saving a few $1,000s and then the unknowns of bringing in a new billing company.
I agree.
I don't
I
think
agree.
it's not the billing, there's software only.
Yeah.
The
The
Kathy
software.
and the
So,
clerk and the,
that's,
yeah.
I'm happy to
Software.
look in the future.
Yeah,
I
that's fine.
thought, I was hoping that when we reached out to all the towns and villages in Dutchess County, that there would be multiple companies available or platforms available, but there just wasn't. A lot of towns came back to us and said, we do it in-house, we do it in-house, we do it in-house, so.
We got to rely on the company for the setup, the
Sure, and
transfer,
then
the
for
whole thing.
$7,000 a year on 58 homes, like I said, to roll the dice and then potentially have this, not work out well, I just don't think it's it's worth it for a few $1,000s in a district of 58 units.
But remember, we put it out to bid in '23 and we got 0 bids
Right,
back.
I agree with you.
So,
Yeah, believe me, we looked into it for last month. We made a lot of calls, and like, we reached out to every town and village in the county to get any feedback. So, Jim, I appreciate you looking into this and all the work you put into it as well. Thanks for getting that, that one quote back. Like Kathy says, a few years ago, we got no quotes back. So I'll make a motion for Resolution 109, authorizing the purchase of updated billing software for Ward District Number 2. Can I have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion from the board? Councilwoman Pitt?
Nay.
Councilman McCarthy?
Nay.
Councilman Snow?
Aye.
Councilman Migan?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt, aye. 109 passes. Resolution 110, payment of bills for the town of Pauling. These are our monthly bills. All the standard stuff that we do to keep the lights on, to keep everything functioning month to month. I'll make a motion for Resolution 110. Can I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Councilwoman Pitt?
Aye.
Councilman McCarthy?
Aye.
Councilwoman Snow?
Aye.
Councilman Migan?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt, aye. 110 passes. And then 111, budget amendments for fiscal year 2025. Christine, thanks for being here. I see you back there. Usually it's a little easier to see you. There's not so many people in front of you. Thanks for being here tonight, as always. Christine obviously monitors all of our departments, our monthly expenditures, our revenues, and keeps us, going forward towards our budget that we've adopted. So thanks for that. I'll make a motion for Resolution 111. Could I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Councilwoman Pitt?
Aye.
Councilman McCarthy?
Aye.
Councilwoman Snow?
Aye.
Councilman Migan?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt, aye. 111 passes. All right, moving along to the town board, special items and new business. We will open with Councilwoman Pitt tonight. Do you have anything for the board and the community?
Yes, good evening. I just have really one thing. I know that the board has been having conversations about here and there, probably over the past, let's say, 8 months, regarding public sector HR consultants, LLC. This proposal was emailed to us. I'm not quite sure what the date, but I printed it out for you all. This is a proposal for human resource consulting services. Public sector HR consultants came at the recommendation of multiple townships. We've worked with them in the past on our handbook. I spoke to the rep who would be representing and working with our township today. His name is Ian. He's local out of Dutchess County. So just so everybody is aware, public sector HR consultants, they're a full-time human resource management firm capable of serving as a human resource manager for municipalities that may not require a full-time employee in that role, working as an integrated team. Their staff has experience in public sector, human resource management, civil service administration to provide research guidance solutions and to assist the town of Pauling in meeting its human resource management goals. Listed in this proposal, which once again, everybody was emailed at one point, so this shouldn't be the first time that folks are seeing this. They go over unlimited telephone, email consults, corrective action, discipline, employee handbook, recruiting, interviewing, hiring, workman's comp, disability, medical leave, admin, civil service, drug and alcohol testing policies, personnel files and forms. And if you'd go to page 2, please, if you see the fee for services, because this is an important part here. So the fee for service detailed is $700 a month. Additional consulting services. So this is something in addition to the $700 a month that would need to be budgeted and planned for. So they provide additional consulting and service, not including in the above scope, at the rate of $200 an hour for what they call project fees, mutually agreed upon by the town and their company. So these projects would include conducting workplace investigations, preparation and management of counseling memos and disciplinary actions. Any on-site consultation requiring travel, obviously there'd be there's a travel expense there as well, billable at the rate of $100 an hour. So once again, instead of maybe just continuing to talk about something, I'm going to ask for a resolution tonight to hire the Public Sector HR Consultants LLC. As we've been advised, we are at the point where we can't afford not to do it. Speaking with Ian today, he represents Rhinebeck, Pound Ridge, North Salem, City of Peekskill, LaGrange, Mount Pleasant, Red Hook, Town of Poughkeepsie, Village of Wappinger Falls on multiple projects. And I had one more thing from him here that I wanted to refer to. One second, please. I mentioned our employee handbook. And, you know, give me one moment, please. He made mention of best practices that have come out of their firm. Like, to me, a best practice means like creation of a law almost, but I feel that has to do with certain procedures maybe that they have developed in working with the other townships. And I just wanted to reiterate what we had already spoke about, what I spoke about with him, is what separates their firm apart from others, they feel, is their expertise in civil service law, and they work with the municipal governments throughout New York State and have just a keen familiarity with civil service law and local civil service rules. And he, once again, he goes on and says that they have developed a number of best practices by working with the other townships, cities, county governments, villages, school districts, and special districts throughout New York State, specific to policies and procedures and managing public sector employees. So if we pass this tonight to go ahead and fund this, he made mention that he would be available as soon as possible and that the billing would start on September 1st.
So Councilwoman Pitt, I have just a quick question. Can we just, Christine, can we do that? Like, do we have funds to do that?
That would be my first question, is where would this budget line come out of?
Yeah, I don't
between
know.
now and
Could I suggest that perhaps you wouldn't have to consult your labor council as often, and it would be less expensive to go through your HR consultant for $700 a month versus whatever the hourly rate is for labor council?
I guess I just was wondering, because we're at the end of
That's
our
a good point.
budget. That is a good point. Christine, do we have the funds to do that?
A budget adjustment to do it if you choose to do.
Could we figure out, Councilwoman Pitt, could we speak with this agency again to get an idea of what they would want? So the 700 is basically a retainer, right, monthly, so they're gonna want $2,800 to finish out the year? Basically, right, September, October, November, and December?
Yep.
Plus, and if any cases come up in between then, it would be billed out at that point
Correct.
in time?
Will there be a contract for?
You know, I called him again and asked him that question. I haven't heard back yet.
Okay.
I want to get that answer, but my impression is that it's not a contract, that it's on a monthly basis.
monthly retainer.
And there's, and there's nothing here in this proposal that indicates any type of contract. It's month by month.
I think it's needed myself. It's been too long without it, and like Nancy just said, it diverts some of the maybe labor council to.
I almost just wonder if we want to get really hard numbers from them and then just build it in, we're in the budget process right now, and build it in and have it start in January
I don't,
versus doing it
I don't know
right
how
now.
they really can't answer that question until we go through the process. And like you said, the savings from having to reach out to labor attorneys compared to, I think it would give us 2 or 3 months, 4 months to come up with that, and then we could have a better idea come final budget vote as to what it might be for next
So I guess with
year.
like bringing them in immediately for September 1st, like, so what would they do? Like, with September 1st, would they come here and start meeting with department heads? How would they get a feel for the town of Pauling and the current
Well, I guess I wonder.
temperature of
I'm
the
sorry.
departments and everything, right?
I guess I wondered, when we're looking for people that we're going to have be a part in working with us, we have had them come to give a presentation
Yeah.
where we could all ask questions.
Yeah.
I think I'd feel comfortable with that if we can get them here for the September meeting. It's not to say that we would have to wait, but I think we might have some questions, and then we could ask them directly, and then they could answer our questions. That's where I'm at tonight.
You know, I kind of agree with that as well, and maybe we'll have an answer on the term of the contract if, because I think that's important.
So, let me,
Sounds great, by the way.
I
think
do
it
too.
sounds great.
I do too.
And I like that they work for multiple municipalities and multiple counties, so clearly they're very, very much involved. Because another concern I would have is how does this affect, our current employees? Right, our legislative aide currently handles some of these duties, so what would be
Okay.
taken away from her job? So
so
I would love to have this on for September 3rd. I
well,
think,
I'm going to continue with a couple other comments to say
Yeah.
that this township, we should not be handling, or in my opinion, it's my thought, human resources within our township. One of the positives of our township is that we are all very close here. We're a very close-knitted community. When these type of situations arise, it is very difficult for us to be able to handle them in-house here.
Certainly.
Because of the relationships that we all have with each other.
certainly.
This is an outside public sector consultant where they can advise us as to how to proceed forward with very delicate situations. And we are amidst very delicate situations at this point. So right here, corrective action and discipline. Provide unlimited telephone and email guidance on issues related to employee counseling, corrective discipline, direct handling of applicable procedures, including review and preparation of counseling notices, so on and so forth. Stipulation of, I
I
don't
agree with you,
see,
but who are they giving that guidance to? Is it me? Is it the town attorneys? Who's going to be on the phone working directly with them? That's my question.
It says designated town officials, department heads,
Like, would
staff.
every department head have the ability to call them at any time it's billable at $200 an hour? Or would it have to be something their board
well,
approves?
no, as things should be functioning, that would flow up to the board and to the supervisor. That's how I envision it. Ian was just trying to call me right now. I'm sure he had the question about the contract. I think it's clear here that there is no contract. The billing does not start until, what did I say? September 1st. So there's some time to get some of those questions answered. Listen, that's just me. If the board decides that they want to wait,
I think it
another
sounds
month,
great. I think it sounds great. I really do. I like everything about it. I would love to have them, give them the opportunity September 3rd, which is only 2 days after when their billing would start.
Just to give
put
us
them in
the
front of us,
opportunity to
so we can
ask
ask all the
a
questions that we
couple
want from them
questions.
right there. And then we can make a resolution that night if we're all satisfied, right? And we can all ask questions before then as well.
Yes.
I am curious to know, like, would every department head have the ability to go to them directly, or would the department head have to come to the supervisor's office and they would funnel that direction? Just so that it's not something that becomes billable from every department, and then there's no control. Would you be comfortable to contact him and let him know that we'd prefer him to come here and do a brief presentation on September 3rd at the town board meeting, and then we could have a resolution prepared for that night, Nancy, that if it answers all our questions, and we could get all of our questions and concerns to them prior to that meeting as well, as a board, and then they can answer them, and then we could vote on it on September 3rd?
And
If it wasn't going to be started until September 1st anyway, we're not losing anything other than the ability to answer a few questions and make sure we're crossing our Ts and dotting our
I
Is.
agree with you too, Corinne. It's long overdue. So,
And it was recommended by our attorneys, our labor attorney.
Yeah.
Sure.
And this was 6 months ago,
Yeah.
I believe. They recommended this, so.
Okay, so today is the 20th, so if I can just please ask my board partners to have their questions in so I could have these conversations with Ian. Let's say within the next few days, please.
Sure.
'Cause then-
And we'll plan on voting on this September 3rd. And he'll give a presentation, and we'll have a resolution prepared for the 3rd. Which if
Will
they were,
you let
if
us
they were gonna
know-
start on the 1st anyway, you're only losing 2 days.
you'll let us know if he's able to make the presentation on that date?
Yeah. Sure. Great, thank you.
Thank you, Corinne. Councilwoman Pitt. Councilman McCarthy?
I did forward some proposals from the solar company to the full board. I did send it to Mark. Mark had an email back to the full board about his group following up with some of the other options and grants, so they can do that. I want to thank all of the residents that came out to our Pauling Fire Carnival, and the 180 campers that actually purchased the coupons from the rec. It was great to have all those kids there, and that Thursday night was a big increase because of that many kids came from camp to the carnival. So I want to thank you for all of that, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Councilwoman Snow?
Yes, thank you. I want to just continue. I see Mark Chipkin here, who's has helped us greatly with the Conservation Advisory Board. So thanking you, Mark, and if you can thank, Rob and all of them, you've been doing a fabulous job with that since that was reinstated, I should say, this year. I also wanted to talk about the community garden. People might have seen it on the website, but I know that they're taking, there's a link on Facebook for people that are interested in plots at the community garden. And again, I want to thank all of them for, this is all volunteer, our community members coming together to do that. I think I also wanted to just ask a quick question. I've been following the Dover board meetings. Again, they've been doing a lot of talking about Starkdale, and they did put up, and James, I was going to just ask if we received this. They put up all of their documents. This is dated October 2nd, 2024. It looks like, and I'm sorry, I'm reading it from my phone because I couldn't get it on my iPad, but this was comments and application, completedness, procedural considerations. They talked about planning, comments on involved interested agencies and approvals. It talked about the comments on environmental review, SECRA, and it just sounded like there was a lot of information. And the interesting thing was this letter was CC'd to our planning board, and I did call Joanne, and she never received it. And we were also CC'd, the town board. I just didn't know, did we ever receive any? I know it's back
almost a year ago.
October 2nd, but
And Joanne didn't receive it either through the planning board?
she did not receive it. So what I'd like to do, if it's okay, since they have it up on their website, is I'd like to give a copy to Stephanie, and then we can put it up on our website so our community can follow. And as I see paperwork, I'll try to pass it along. I'm not really sure why we're not getting it, but I
Yeah, they
think-
haven't been back in front of us
No,
for anything
no.
yet.
I didn't know if we had gotten it, but I was surprised the planning board hadn't gotten this letter either. Greg, you're here. You didn't get any letter, right? No? Okay. So again, just if we can put it up on our website to let our community members know what's going on with Starkdale. And that's all I have for tonight.
We should probably just check with Dover. I think Nancy, right? I don't know. Should we, or even our attorneys speak with Dover's attorneys to make sure they, is there any legal issues with us publishing projects in front of their board to our sites or no?
It's on their website.
I know,
They've
just wanted to make
posted
sure.
everything.
That's all.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a public document, but I'd like
Okay.
to see it first before I
Sure.
give an opinion.
You know what I'll do? Yeah, I will, once I can get it, I'll just send you a copy so you can look it over. And if you give the okay, we'll put it on the website.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Councilman Mikan?
So I spoke to Bill Ketzer from the ASBCA's with public relations, and he deals with towns. And I've been dealing with him for quite a bit, and I haven't made much headway in getting them to agree to make a donation to the town. I explained to them that $20,000 has come off the tax rolls, and but he did give me some other information. Apparently, like I wanted to know about the staff, how much they were going to staff the place. We talked about maybe hiring local kids to work there. And right now I guess they have a partial CO. Or temporary CO,
Temporary, yeah.
so they have 68 staff up there. I went for the open house. Did anybody else go? to the
No.
ASBCA?
I wasn't here,
Yeah.
no.
I asked him about, I know we have a place to take in dogs that are loose, or I asked him about that. That's not going to work for them.
Yeah, we spoke to them about that in the
Right.
beginning in the approval process. They weren't going to have that.
They have court case animals there.
Yes.
They're afraid of spread of illness. That has to do with just picking up local dogs as well. So that was about it on that. I wish I could tell you I made a little more headway, but
The payroll's high there, right? They had told us that they anticipated the payroll being somewhere between 2.5 and 3 million annually
Yeah.
there
I mean, he's told me they spent like $23 million up there.
on the build out.
On the
Yeah.
build-out, on the build-out. And I want to talk to Robert, because I'm not sure if they pay, I think everybody pays to the fire district. Do you know?
Robert, well, our tax assessor would know exactly how that breakdown works
Yeah.
for them. Sure. I wouldn't speak on that without
No.
having an answer from him directly.
All right, that's all. Thank you.
I had a Zoom call yesterday, Stephanie, myself, and LaBerge with New York State on our comprehensive plan grant that we have to start that process, and we discussed briefly the committee. I told them we'd have that list on the agenda for September 3rd. I have reached out to everybody currently on the list from all the recommendations we've had from the board. So far, really positive feedback on people.
Could I ask you to forward the entire list? 'Cause
Absolutely,
we're
yeah.
all gonna-
Yeah, I'm just waiting for everyone to return their comments to me to make sure they want to be involved before I pass it on to everybody.
I see.
But we did take everyone's recommendations into consideration. Right now, as the comprehensive plan committee is currently sitting, just waiting on a few more people to respond. We have representation from the town board, the planning board, the zoning board, the CAB as well as residents, people not involved in any boards. So there's a good mix. And we have, folks from the eastern side to the western side, north and south. So we really tried to cover all parts of Pauling and Holmes and the current boards in place to make sure that there's really good representation that would be with that committee, which would then work with the town board, again, the planning, the zoning, and the CAB, because everyone would have some level of involvement in this.
So it's a mixed group, in other
100%,
words?
yes.
Environmentalists and
Yes,
developers
absolutely,
and
yeah.
just regular people?
And then regular people as well. So, in this way, every one of those, because everyone, the CAB, the planning, and the zoning, and the town board will all have such a major piece of this comprehensive plan. It's important to have someone from all these boards on that committee
Yeah.
to work with them, and then mixing in residents as well as people from different parts of the town and homes.
So are you waiting for people off the recommended list to call
Yeah,
back?
yeah, we have a few more people. Right now, I can't remember the exact number. I want to say we're probably 75% there of responses. It's been very good. So I'm hoping to have, by the end of the week, have that completed. But we had the call yesterday, and the state was happy with that. They said that's a good timeline, that we'll have that ready for September 3rd.
I mean, the time frame to actually do that work is like a year,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or even longer.
Yeah, but we're in a good spot with them. So just like I said, we check in with the state because it's a grant-funded project with the comp plan. The timeline is acceptable by them. They think we're in a good spot, and we just discussed setting up meetings moving forward once we adopt it on September 3rd. How often we'd have check-ins with the state.
Can I
and the planning board as well.
ask, LaBerge is gonna be a part of it and somehow, is that
Yes.
engineering or?
Yeah, they'd be involved with us developing that comprehensive plan and that, yeah.
Can they give you any kind of idea how far, like 90,000 will go? Because
We
it
could definitely
seems-
get that, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I'm sure this will all come up as it starts to progress, for sure.
Yeah, because it seems like it may cost,
Yeah.
not that it doesn't have to be done,
But yeah, I mean, comp plans are, there's no lie there, comprehensive plans are expensive, for sure. That's why it's been so long since it's been done here. But it's important, and especially as newer projects are coming into Pauling, it'd be really good to have something like this underway so that we have the community feedback before projects come in front of these boards. So it was a great call. As I get more information, I'll update the whole board, and I'll get you updated before the September 3rd meeting, of course. And as soon as we hear back from all the people that have been recommended for the committee, we'll get that circulated to everybody as well, so you can all see who's looking to be involved. That's all I have for now. I will open the floor with respect to agenda and non-agenda items. Please keep your comments around 3 minutes and state your name and address for the record.
Hello, Caitlin Quinion, 116 Charles Coleman Boulevard. I want to thank every single person in this audience. I think this is by far the most attended town meeting I've ever seen, and I believe we all know why. So I'm just going to read what I wrote, and I'm going to stick to my points, but I would like the town to know the displeasure and disgrace that this community feels about Robin's resignation and the people responsible for it. So I want to start by acknowledging the turnout. I want to acknowledge the FOIL request that I did not receive back, but every single other person in this audience received back. I think we can all agree that the turnout is so high due to the devastated community and Robin's camp counselors, her community, the people themselves who have been here for the last 20 years, showing up and supporting Robin at every step of the way. I think the way that she has been treated by this board is not only shameful, it is disgraceful. Her resignation letter speaks volumes about a lot of people on this board, and it really raises questions as to what is happening behind the scenes. I will not speak on the rest of the things that I have questions about because in due time, those things will come out. But I want to make sure that if Robin has to go, her reputation is not tarnished or diminished because I met her when I was 14 years old. I'm 35, turning 36. She has made this town, Pauling Rec, everything that it is. And for anybody who treated her otherwise, you should be ashamed of yourselves. And I will invite everybody else, which is the only reason they are here, to speak about Robin. Thank you.
We all can agree that Robin had to leave through no fault of her own to go to Connecticut. And it's quite obvious that Pauling is lost a quite capable and incredibly successful rec director, at least the best that I've noticed since I've here. But in my opinion, the proximate cause of her leaving, it seems quite logical to me, is the toxic nature of Pauling politics, whether it be at the board level or at the town level or whatever level. I would like to give a more logical proximate cause for her to leave. If the answer was the alleged bullying that had been going on for quite a while, why did she choose this time to leave? Question everybody should ask. I'm not denying the possibility of the bullying. And as far as Robin's reputation, her reputation is not being hurt. The reputations of Kathy Giordano, Colleen Snow, and Marty Macon are the ones that have been hurt. They are being accused of bullying with very little or no evidence.
We're not supposed to use names up here.
Okay.
Right.
Well, it was just mentioned about Robin's reputation.
You know
Her
that.
reputation is intact. It's not. It's of no fault of hers that she had to leave. This is so obvious to this 80-year-old guy who's been around in politics for a hell of a long term. Let's say now you're a current board member. With the possibility of not being reappointed by the possible new town board. What would you do? Me? I would be looking for a new job to support my family. And who would blame me? Who would blame her? It would be irresponsible if she didn't see the reality of the political situation in this town and the toxic situation
Harvey,
and what's
thank you.
going on and look for other employment.
Harvey, thank you for
You
your
can't blame I'm not, okay? It's simple, okay?
Harvey, thank you. Harvey, thank you for your comment.
We'll leave it at that.
All right. All right, then, thank you for your comment.
Well, what is your objection to my comment? If I degraded it, if I said anything
Your 3
irresponsible?
minutes is over.
Limitation.
Thank you.
Have I used up my 3 minutes? Oh, that's not so. We ought to have somebody here with the clock. You're talking about time limitations, Mr. Schmidt.
Harvey.
In January of this year, I stood at this podium and complained about what's going on with the ASPCA.
Please stop. Please.
We have
Please, hold on.
this.
Listen, hold on. Marty, relax. Everyone stop right now. Right now. Hey, Harvey.
I
Harvey.
will stop with
Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right.
That's not the thank you I want.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you, Harvey.
I'd like to say something in Robin's behalf. My name is
Marty,
Bob
Councilman
Russell.
Ligon, please. I'm running the meeting, not you.
Yes.
I'm running the meeting.
I'm not
All right.
running the meeting.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
My
welcome.
name is Bob Russell. I've been in the village and the town of Poland for over 50 years. My kids have come through the school system and the rec program. And there hasn't been a better rec director than Robin that I've been associated with. And I'm very disappointed as a person that's been in this town for 50 years as well. So.
Thank you. Some decor. Everyone, there's a lot of people here who want to
Hi.
speak. We want everyone to have the opportunity to speak, please. The rules are the same for everybody.
Do I have to say my name and address? All right, Nicholas Lawson, 10 Main Way, Pauling, New York, 12564. Good evening. I have grown up in this community, spent 7 summers as a camper in our recreation program, and this summer I had the privilege of working there myself. So when I stand here tonight, I'm speaking as someone who has lived the impact of this program from childhood into adulthood. That's why what has happened to our recreation director is not only wrong, it's shameful. She did not have to resign because of her performance. She was forced to resign because of politics, and let's call it what it really is, bullying. Our recreation director built a program that shaped kids like me, kids in this room, kids who will come after us. She worked tirelessly to make sure the program was safe, fun, and welcoming for everyone. And yet, instead of being recognized for her dedication, she was pushed out by people more interested in power plays than serving the community. I want to be very clear. Doing something like this to someone for political reasons hurts real people. It hurts the kids who lose a mentor, it hurts the staff who lose a leader, and it hurts the entire town when we send the message that loyalty to politics matters more than loyalty to the community. I refuse to stand quietly while people who are supposed to represent us use their positions to tear down others. If our leaders think they can bully their way through decisions like this, they are mistaken, because tonight and moving forward, we are calling them out. This community deserves better, our kids deserve better, and our recreation director deserves far more respect than she was given. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Any other comments as well tonight? Come on up, sure. Just your. Don't worry. Pay no attention to the people all behind you.
Yeah, that's okay.
State your name and address for the record.
All right. My name is Yvonne Cruz, 28 Westia Trail. And I've actually been a proud resident of Pauling for the past 25 years. Pauling is the kind of place where you plant roots on purpose, where local businesses are run by familiar faces, where smiles stay the same year after year. That's what makes it special. But that won't be the case at the Pauling Rec anymore, and that's truly heartbreaking. I'm not here to make a case for Robin, because if you've been in Pauling at any point in the last 20 years, you already know. Robin is the Pauling Rec. She's the laugh, the smile, the heart of the department. She's the constant when everything else changed, the face kids looked for and parents relied on. My kids grew up at Pauling Rec. Now they work there, and let's be honest, it's not for the glamorous pay. It's because Robin made it feel like home. I'm not here to point fingers or dig into the why. Robin stepped down with the same dignity and heart she gave this community every single day. But let's be real, it takes special kinds of missteps to lose someone who truly loved the Pauling community and lived to enhance it. So I'm here to say thank you to Robin for being the glue, the humor, the heart. She won't be in the building anymore, but she'll always be in the soul of it. I wish her the best of luck, and I wish Pauling the best of luck in finding someone that will create that same sense of familiar and that sense of home. Thank you.
Jeff Arnold, Old Quaker Hill Road. I had no idea that Robin resigned until yesterday morning, and I immediately reached out to her to find out why.
She enlightened me as to a couple things. I've known Robin forever. We put the basketball rec program back together this year and got that up and running. The one thing that concerned me that she said was she could no longer take the political drama. I don't think political drama and a rec department should ever mix. I think that's not correct. I don't know what politics has to do with a town's rec department. So if our politics in this town, keep it here, keep it wherever, but it has nothing to do with our rec department. So hopefully there'll be more light shed on political drama and the rec department for a guy like me who just found out she resigned yesterday morning. So if you could shed some light on that political drama, I'd love a little bit more context on that front. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Edward Grippy, 117 Lakeside Drive. I know Robin. She's been very helpful to me to get the running club going, amongst other things. I also know a number of people on this board. I also know that they're not bullies. So something happened, and it's unclear what, and maybe unfortunate. Usually rational people can work this out. I hope that there is, in going forward, that more rationality, less politics apparently, and more concern on the human level. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Christine Macenti. I'm the Vice President of the Pauling Elementary PTA, and I'm here speaking on behalf of the Pauling PTA. And I just wanted to take a moment to thank Robin for her years of service as director to the rec department. Robin has always led with generosity, professionalism, and a true spirit of selflessness. She's consistently put children first. I have two of my own, and forgive me, I am on Watch Hill Road in Deerfield. I did not follow the rules on that, so apologies. But her commitment has made a real difference in the lives of the children in our community, and my children are included in that. The PTA has partnered with the rec department for years, and so many events have been supported by her, from the Growing Color Run program, which we have seen tremendous increase in support over the past 2 years, as well. I mean, going down to just as simple as borrowing props for our literacy night. She is always willing to lend a hand and support our community to help enrich it. I'm not here to point fingers or have any type of dramatics. It seems like we've had enough of that. But it is concerning to read some of the reasons for her resignation in her letter. I do hope that the board will take them seriously. It sounds like your HR consulting would be a good idea, considering this concern. But with that said, and all jokes aside, her dedication, her kindness, and her tireless efforts to our town will be deeply missed by myself, by my family, my children, and by countless people in this room and those that are on streaming tonight, which again, thank you for having that done. That's all I'll say, but thank you.
Thank you.
My wife. I'm Nick Macenti, 2 Watch Hill Road. As the president of the Pauling Little League, I've had the privilege of working closely with Robin over the years, and I just want to share my perspective on her invaluable contributions. For 2 decades, Robin has been more than just a recreation director. She's been a pillar of our community, a partner, an advocate, and a true professional. From my perspective, with the Little League, Robin's collaboration has been critical to our success. She was always willing to work with us to navigate scheduling conflicts, securing field usage, and ensure our young athletes had the resources they needed. Her attention to detail was unmatched, often catching potential issues before they became problems. She was willing to help, going above and beyond her job description because she genuinely cared about the outcome. But her impact goes far beyond just sports leagues. Robin made it her mission to ensure every child had access to our youth programs, regardless of their ability. Her work to improve accessibility for individuals with disabilities is a testament to her character and her belief that our community should be inclusive for everyone. Robin always put the community first and acted in the best interest of our children and our town. She is a dedicated and compassionate individual individual, and it is a mistake to allow her to walk away in this manner. It's a loss not just for the Recreation Department, but for every child, parent, and volunteer who has benefited from her hard work and dedication. It is a profound disappointment to see an individual of her caliber, someone who has given 20 years of her life to this town, be treated this way. Robin's legacy is built on integrity, hard work, and genuine care for others, and I hope the board will reflect on the immense value she has brought to this community and the message this sends about how we treat our most dedicated employees. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments?
I want to point out, I think it's very disrespectful for anyone to be on their phone while people are speaking. We also, we took pictures.
Good evening, Justine Gray, 12 Sheridan Drive. I am relatively new to the polling community. The first couple of things that I was able to experience with my young family was the Recreation Department events, and that's how I became involved with polling and was really just so excited to be living here and raising my family here. My daughter was in the pre-K program this past year, and as a working parent, it was really important to me that I felt comfortable sending her to the after-school program, and that was really because I knew that Robin was behind it, and I'd seen her face at so many events, and that she had been so welcoming to our community and to me and my family, and so it's just extremely disappointing to see that anybody would let her go after all she's done, and certainly something I've noticed in my 3 short years here, and making efforts to go to every single event that Polling Rec puts on, and she's there, she's smiling, she's greeting my children, she's making them feel like part of the community, and it's just really unfortunate to see that she'll be leaving. And she's made a huge impact on me and my family, and we've only been here since 22, so it's really unfortunate. Thank you.
Hi, Joyce Krieger. Where do I live? 5 Cushing Green North in Pauling. And I wasn't planning on coming, so you see I have no planned speech. But I just have a couple of questions. Obviously, you hear what everybody is here of how wonderful Robin was, and I don't think that's a surprise to anybody on the board. I'm curious whether this was a surprise to you that she handed in her resignation. Why did you accept her resignation? And at some point, we, the community, would like to have some answers. That's it. Thank you.
Any other comments tonight?
Robert Hill, North Quaker Hill Road. I just want to say, if anybody else talking about Robin, I'll step back, right? And it's not the reason I'm up here, but I also have been here 30 years. I thought Robin was excellent and an asset. And I don't know what the other side is, so I don't know anything about it. I just heard about it when I came here. So I just want to say something good about her. The only reason I'm up here is I want to make sure I've got some facts about what we talked about before, okay? The property that I have is on the northwest side. They took the line already and moved it from the northeast side, where it's been there forever. I think for environmental reasons, to stay away from that and for access to the waterfall area. And they already moved it. They moved it at the direction of the consultant, the designer, who I think is also the CM, all right? And we will love it, when it's done, move it back. That's the big thing, and there's numerous reasons. I don't want to waste the board's time here. I'm happy to talk about it, but lots of reasons for that. But that's what we're talking about, and that's why I believe that James and I are together, and we're going to talk within the next few days. And that's why I want to just, between that and the other issue about the geological sensitivity, that just before it goes out for bids, that we're together, and I agree. Okay?
Thank you, Mr. Hunt.
I'll get out of your way. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to go back to Robin.
Name and address for the record.
Christine Mitchell, I'm the town bookkeeper. Not only is Robin a great rec director, which everybody here can attest to, you know, she's just a good person. She is the things that happened to her, she never would have done to the people that did them. And, you know, we're not making things up. She's gone for a reason. This is my 6th year here. I can attest to it. I've brought things to the town board because I've been bullied. You know, things have to stop. You know, and an HR company, yeah, that's great. But at the end of the day, there's 5 people that sit here that have to do something. And when you bring things up over and over again and nothing happens, and I'm not talking about James, nothing happens. You know, it's discouraging. I doubt I'll be here in January.
Colleen Kaufman, South Street. I work for the rec. I run the morning program. Tomorrow I'm putting in my resignation because I was the first person to tell Robin the first rumor. You all know the timeline. It was months ago. And it has spiraled, and nobody has stopped it. Nobody. Why? Why did we allow it to just roll and roll and roll? You're adults. I deal with 4-year-olds to 10-year-olds who know better than 5 people sitting in front of me. I can get them to stop bullying quicker than you guys. And that's sad. And you got 2 weeks to find somebody to do the morning program. Good luck.
Don't let her resign. She's wonderful. Don't let it happen again. I told her that she went on it.
Any more comments for the board tonight? We don't usually, all right, listen, we don't usually let people come up twice, only because then everyone can start coming up twice, and that can make everyone, all these folks.
Okay, it was on another topic.
But I'll tell you what, I will forego it just one
Okay,
time. I don't want
totally
to
other
have that,
topic.
though. That's
Okay.
the past practices are people come up one time, you have 3 minutes to speak, but I know this is a sensitive subject, and I agree with everyone's feelings on this.
But this has to do with FEMA. I'm glad to hear that the FEMA money is coming. I would hope that living on Lakeside Drive, that the money can go to be sure that 18-wheelers and others do not come down Lakeside Drive, and that hopefully that it produces a place that is much more safe than it had been in the past. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any more comments for this evening?
Yes. Just give me a second here. First step is always a tough one. Lou Musella, Gristmill Lane. The reason why I'm up here tonight, I wasn't going to speak, but I want to speak about the fact I was a production manager for a local manufacturing company here for 20 years with about 30 direct reports. And I can't tell you how important human resources is. In this particular case, with a bullying accusation, you need a human resource department, and you need it tomorrow. You actually need it yesterday to take all of this information, to do an investigation, and if in fact there was bullying involved that caused a particular individual to resign, the people that are responsible for the bullying should be terminated, in my opinion.
Any other comments this evening? Thank you all for coming out. Listen, there's no doubt about it that whatever town is getting Robin is very lucky, and this town is very unfortunate to be losing Robin. It doesn't go unnoticed. I mean, we have, you know, in my opinion, the greatest rec department in Dutchess County. As long as you know, it's the department I hang my hat on. We came in day one, and that's what we went to work on right away. And through working on that and working with Robin, we were able to move her into a recreational director role. And you've all seen how the program has flourished, and that is really my proudest department and everything we've done in the last 8 years here. So I feel exactly how you folks feel. And as someone who has 3 young kids, we haven't even had the ability to experience, camp yet. I have a almost 2-year-old who goes to the Tumbling Tots program. That's the only benefit we've gotten out of it, and it's been fantastic. I had hoped that my kids would go through Pauling Rec under Robin, like a lot of your kids have. This year we had over 200 kids at some point in Pauling Rec. When I took office in 2018, I think there were 70 that year. It was not a good program. It wasn't a flourishing program. It was nothing that we were proud of, but we're very proud of it today. And I'm not proud to sit here today and talk about Robin leaving here. And I am sorry that as a board we weren't able to get more done quicker to change your opinion and other staff's opinion in leaving. I hope that more folks don't leave. It's important for our community and for all of our residents that we work together and work forward. Politics, unfortunately, is a very, very nasty game. And I can tell you this, I have a clear conscience that I have done everything I could in the last 8 years to take politics out of Pauling. I've never played political roles as far as appointments or hiring in any capacity. I always look for the best people and the best leaders and the best department heads and the best planning board members and zoning board members and judges and anything else that's come in front of us. And it is a shame that Robin is leaving for these reasons, and I hope that when the dust all settles that you all get the answers you need. And I agree with you. I hope that people who had a role in this are held accountable, and I believe they will. I hope that someday in the very near future we're able to get Robin to come back here and lead our recreational program again. So, I'll make a motion to go into executive session to discuss medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, or removal of a particular person or corporation. Can I have a second? All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
I know.
Our little boys growing up.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like,
Yeah.